I'd like to take a little time to give you some insight into why I think it's a good idea we've moved this class to a remote format. Folks, I know it's not ideal, but there are bigger issues in the world right now. When a virus is spreading through a population in an exponentially growing fashion, which this one seems to be, there's a simple equation that exists to help us predict how many cases are going to be each day. So here's the equation. The number of cases one day forward is going to be equal to the number of cases now times the growth factor. It's that simple. I've been tracking the number of coronavirus cases in the United States for a few days now, and unfortunately, this equation seems to be working quite well with a growth factor of 1.305. Now at this moment, March 15th, at 4:14 p.m., there are 3,400 known cases of the coronavirus in the United States. So that's the number of cases now. If I want to know how many cases we'd expect at 4:14 p.m. tomorrow, I'm just going to take this number and multiply by the growth factor. By the way, I found this number at this website listed above. Well, let's see. How many cases are we going to expect on March 16th? Well, 3,400 times 1.305. That comes out to 4,437 cases at 4:14 on March 16th. But we can use the equation to project further into the future. Let's try here. On March 17th at 4:14 p.m., we would expect 4,437 times 1.305 cases. Let's see what that comes out to be. 4,437 times 1.305. That's 5,790 cases. So on March 17th at 4:14 p.m., we'd predict there's going to be 5,790 cases in the United States. This calculator is already set up. It's going to take this number and multiply by 1.305 if I just hit equals. That means on March 18th, we'd predict 7,556 cases. Let's see what happens if we project this forward for an entire week. Wow, it looks like about 22,000 cases. Let's keep the calculations running to see how long it might take until we cross 1 million cases in the United States. As I do so, I want to talk a little bit about the estimates I'm running. These calculations are strongly dependent on the growth factor. With a growth factor of only 1.1, we'd predict only 6,600 cases in the United States in 1 week and 13,000 cases in the United States in 2 weeks. That's a huge difference. Why am I sharing this with you? Well, because we have the power to change these predictions. If we follow CDC admonitions to wash our hands, stay at home if we have symptoms, practice social distancing, and maybe even work from home if that's possible, we can reduce the growth factor. Remember, small changes in the growth factor cause huge changes in the results. Looks like at current growth rates, we'll cross the 1 million mark on April the 6th. Interestingly, if we can reduce the growth factor to 1.1, we'll only be at 27,000 or 28,000 on the same date. What an enormous difference.